right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:34. It is December 12th. Hope everyone is feeling well. I am sorry I am late. We had the holiday party last night. So you know what happens with the holiday party. You go out with the boys, you got to wake up like a man and I I pressed the snooze button twice today. It never happens. But it's okay. It's been a tough week, a tough weekend, we know what's going on here. Um, anyway, it's good to see everyone from around the country that came in to hang out at the T3. Everyone's in a good mood. Hopefully, you're in a good mood. I hope you have a good holiday party wherever you're going. Just make sure you don't drive. I didn't drive either. I had an Uber, and the Uber driver had to like wake me up, say, get up, we're for home." Anyway, let me get this up. Let me get going. I want to make sure also that everyone could hear me today. What are we doing? Can you hear? All right, that's good. Let me get a little of the comments going. Good morning, Blair. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, It's. What up, what up? JC's in the house. We got No Iglesias, Jose from Caracas. We got Babylon in the house. All right, so let's get going. So if you look here at the chart of the SPYs, yesterday the CPI came in pretty in line with a little bit of a dovish spin. I know that everyone's been kind of worried about December 18th. Are they going to cut another quarter? And then also the fact of the matter is will they do like a hawkish cut, meaning cut a quarter and then give it a hawkish tone as if they were done? So kind of like, I guess, at time of year, seasonality, everything that's going on, the market took off. So after a move down to, a little bit through the 8-day yesterday, it could have been, a weekday, but it came in line and all of a sudden, boom, right back to the highs, just like that. Someone's like, "What's the SPYs doing today?" Well, SPYs are down 86 cents after a big move. Not a big deal. If you want to make this into a channel, you now have the upper end of the channel. You have the lower end of the channel. Yesterday's low is what 605.50, and chances are we're going to continue to the upside. You know why? Because the Mag 7, which has been the best trades of the year. Now there's been a lot of good trades of the year. That's not safe to say. The bottom line is first quarter it was all Mag 7 and the 80 lines were horrible, and then the third quarter, after a big move, all of those names consolidated and rebuilt it themselves while the small caps went and other names went and the semis were doing well or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago, we focused on it, which was great because I love those names. I love when Meta could break out of a channel when it got above 603. Apple got above 237, and Tesla's been freaking fantastic. So these are all liquid big names that you could trade options, you could trade sides, you could so I gotta believe everybody did well. But anyway, in December, if you have names like that have buybacks and dividends and quality going, nobody's selling them, right? Who the hell is going to sell a stock on December 12th and then pay taxes on it in January? So those names have no sellers. You do have cute hedge funds short, and you have them buying back their own stock, and you have an accommodative Fed. So that's the reason why these names continue, and that's the reason why the market's having a hard time selling off. And chance, over the long term, the bull market wins anyway. I don't know why everyone's always looking for cute shorts and looking for this isn't going to end well, because chances are usually it ends just fine, so have a glass half full. But at this point anyway, I could see us maybe having an inside day. Maybe we take this out. I don't know. As far as, the virtual trading floor and the alpha team, which is my crew, I didn't even log in yet today because, again, I was running late. I'm still trying to do a portfolio approach. I'm still, massaging positions and using a tier system so I can net money, sell into strength, buy things back, and continue. If you remember 2 days ago, I was telling you how I think that Mr. could be added to the NASDAQ 100 on Friday, so you could sell some puts and try and get long. And then the pattern confirmed it, and there was a lot of money to be made in Mr. and IBIT besides the Mag 7. Why do I say that? Because let me show you. I love the Red Dog reversal. Some people, someone, so actually at the Christmas party last night, Derek, if you're watching, he's like, we call it a DOO. I'm like, what's that? He's like, a Derek. I'm like, oh, so you called the Red Dog reversal a Derek something something? I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, all it is this. I'm like, I don't care if you want to call it your Derek, whatever you want to call it. It's a hanging man bottom. It's an 80-20 rule. It's whatever you call it. I'm like, just learn it so you can make money from it. That's all I care about. So I made it fun. Okay, so if you look at Mister, it went below the low of 363, right? That was it, 363.44. So really, this isn't 362. Let's be perfect here. It's really a pivot point. Like if you're programming this on your computer, 363.44. Okay, so went below 363.44. This is now 356. Okay, so I'm framing it for you. So this way you learn it. You can call it, whoever's in Derek's room, you can have him watch this. I'm giving him a shout out because, hey, I love Derek. He's a great guy, and he has a trade with the pros room and makes people money and is a good coach. But anyway, so it went below 363, and it's Mister. So there's like a big stop here, right? 363 went down to 356. So if you bought it here at 363, that means you were risking $7, and that's a lot. $7, even if you have 200-300 shares, it's a lot, or 500 shares, or even 50. But what happened? It closed at where did it close that day? It closed at 377. So that means from 363 to 377, that's $14. You made $14, okay, with whatever I just said in risk, 7. So that's 2-1. And you got involved, and then look what happened yesterday. Okay, went as high as 412. So from 363 to 412, you're talking 40 points on $6-7 worth of risk, and that is the red dog reversal, a day and a half trade. Okay, you weren't trying to catch a falling knife. It came from 453 down to here, 4-day down days, red dog reversal into the 21-day. You could have entered here, taken a little overnight, added yesterday, and got paid. That's the red dog reversal. The IBIT did not. It wasn't as good, wasn't as clean. But if you remember, I'm like, use 54.63 because if it gets below 54.63, it could get to the 21-day. Why not? It didn't. It went down to here and then reversed. So that now gave you a new point of reference to add more verse for Bitcoin to get back over 100,000 to continue. So one was really powerful. And the reason why Mr. was even more of a take home was because it led Bitcoin for the first time in a while where it's been lagging it. So you put both those together in your mind, and that was a money trade. There's not a lot of money trades out there. Recently there's been a lot, but I'm just saying in general. So anyway, Scott, do you only do the RGR based on it? I usually use a daily time frame. Yeah, some people use it on a 5-day, a 5-minute, a 15-minute, a 30-minute. You can use a red dog reversal using candlesticks during the day, like for your tier system also. But but for my daily setup and my daily note and my daily, game plan, I use daily charts. And sometimes weekly, depending on what's going on. Like lately, like I've been showing you the weekly chart in Tesla because I was showing you that I think it gets to 414, and I got through 414, and Tesla wound up being awesome again. Like look at this move. Okay, look at this setup that happened in Tesla. Look how it held this 348.50. Then look how it took out 362. Like that's a textbook. Buy tier 1 verse 348, tier 2 above 361, and then massage the trade, right? And it went as high as 424 yesterday. And if you go to the weekly chart to see points of reference, this was 414. So someone at the Christmas party is like short Tesla and was really in a bad mood yesterday. I'm like, why are you short Tesla? Like, what on this chart shows you to be shorted? Yes, if it didn't get through 414.50 and failed there and came in, hey, maybe they're talking about a double top in Tesla on the weekly. Maybe it needs a little bit more time because it's extended. But it got through 414.50 and went as high as 424. That's 10 more points above a major pivot besides what you could have had. I don't know. Just some people, I'm like, you deserve to lose money. I don't want to tell someone that, but you better learn or you're going to lose money doing the wrong thing because I don't know who the hell you're following. Anyway, Dash, I rebought back yesterday. Dash has been a little tough. I went over this with you guys yesterday, that I think that there is a little bit of a complexion change in some of the, some of these type of high PE type of names. What do I consider that? I like Dash, Reddit, Palantir. Those 3 names have had unbelievable runs, and they got a little loose and wide the last few days, but they didn't fall apart. I still like Dash. I just that it got a little loose and wide and played with the 21 day. Now it looks a little bit better. So now you could be long versus 170, 120. Palantir also, they sold strength, and then broke the 8 day, came back up. This is just very, very choppy. A little harder. I'm just saying it's getting a little harder on December 12th. If it's getting a little harder, do a little less. Reddit also. Reddit was a little easier, but got a little loose and wide, still above the 8 day. Reddit to me was easier, back here when you had the big gap up and you could be long versus here, made a higher low, but all in all, still doing just fine. Palantir was minus. Yeah. Where are we at now? I'm like, let's go back to some of the. Someone's like, Red Dog, why aren't you in Meta right now? I kind of messed up a portion of it, but I'm happy. Red Dog's happy. I can't, you can't kiss all the babies. I made a lot of money in this trade. I bought it on this day, added on this day. I bought more on a dip, and I sold it into 629. So I did not get back in here where I could have, and then it went as high as 638. That's fine. My power plays is in it. I'm talking about it. I'm also trading like this. There's sometimes you're in things as long as you could be, and sometimes you're out and be happy. I was also out of Apple a little bit early. I'm fine with it. Apple, by the way, did a bit of a Red Dog reversal topping tail. As long as you're in the money trades, that's where you're going to get paid. And if you want to massage a trade and all of a sudden you get rid of the last trade, you get rid of the last part. We were talking about, 240. I was in 240, 240, 250, and 245 calls when it cleared 230, and then the double top here, 237. And now, little Red Dog reversal. Okay, look where the 8 day is. So now, I might have not been in it on this day, but now maybe I'll get back somewhere in here. But again, you have to pick and choose, where you want to be and where you want to approach it and make your money with it. NVIDIA, you know what? I think NVIDIA had a big day yesterday, kind of rebuilt a little bit. I'll probably look at NVIDIA today to buy on the dip. I looked this morning, it was down. It's only down 28 cents. Overall, it's still in the channel. It's not leading. This has not been where the money is. This has not been the easy trade. Okay, let's get rid of this because it's, this filled that gap there. It's, you have another point of reference here. It's just, if your thesis is that this is going to get above 150 next year, and who cares that Google's making chips, Amazon's making chips, everyone's trying to make chips, Apple and Broadcom are teaming up. Maybe that's why NVIDIA's not the only game in town that it's not going nuts. But anyway, there's a whole void here. So if you want to be long versus 133.80, I get it. If you want to buy a dip today, it's down 30 cents or so for it to go green and maybe take this out. I'll probably be looking at that also. There's a time and place. AMD did a small Red Dog reversal yesterday. I wasn't here in the afternoon, but this is a broken, hard stock. But you know what? If you sold it here or you got out during the, broke the 8 day here, a little Red Dog reversal yesterday, little one for cash flow. This is a different type of trade. It's not a leadership trade. It's a broken stock that did a Red Dog reversal that might get up to the 8 day or more. This is day one of a potential new sequence that you're going to measure whether or not it's easy or hard to stay with. What's it doing this morning? Okay, AMD is up 64 cents. You're getting a little bit of follow through. So if you bought AMD, this is the strategy here. 127.07. I'll teach you guys again. You shouldn't be looking for a Red Dog reversal at the bottom end of a range when the market's at the top end of the range. That means you're going after a laggard, and more often than not, that's a hard trade. But anyway, we'll go over anyway. 127.07. The low here was 126.22. And that's another Red Dog reversal. Okay. But this one is different than Mr. Mr. is a leader. Mr. was pulling back to the 21 day. This is below everything. You'll be lucky to get that. But there was a trade there. You risked less than $1. It wound up closing. What AMD do yesterday? AMD went as high as 131.22. Could have made $3 risking $1, and chances are there's room to here. So yeah, Dell also. People like Dell did a Red Dog reversal. That's true. Let me show you another Red Dog reversal. Where's Dell? It doesn't even want you to look at Dell on TrendSpider. We might have lost. We might have lost it. How about CCJ? CNBC did a long feature all day. Boeing's been good. Boeing had a nice broken bounce. There's a lot of things. There's so many things to do if you're prepared. If you get a look, there's a Red Dog reversal, broken name. Dell was awesome, and then all of a sudden had a big gap down post earnings. And if you didn't take it into earnings, which we don't take, yesterday you had a Red Dog reversal around the 200 day. Okay, so right here, this could have, you could have played Dell yesterday. Hopefully you haven't been playing Dell. Dell has not been where the money is, but from 147 with the low here of 115.60, not bad. It's worth a try. And if you did so, you had a risk reward. You're not catching a falling knife. You're looking to buy when it reclaims a spot, put a stop on it at the low, take a little bit overnight, and maybe it gets back to the 8 day. But again, these are broken trends. Not fun. Yes. So a lot of few people like Red Dog. What do you think for the January effect? Let me explain the January effect one more time, and then I have to go. The January effect usually happens with the worst sectors. You buy them a little bit in December, you buy some options because at some point the tax loss selling will be done, and then there's no more mechanical selling, and then people look for bargains and they lift. That's what they call the dogs of the Dow, the January effect, and the energy names have been absolutely horrendous. So I put on 2 January effect names for January 17th. I bought a little bit of Oxy because Oxy has been horrible. Okay, look at this chart. The stock was at 71 all the way down to here, very broken, very, very broken. So I bought the $50 calls thinking, hey, maybe it wants to rally up to 52.50 or 55 once all the selling is done. And it hasn't, this was the last time we played Oxy. And VAL, which a friend of mine, okay, is that the symbols? He's in a huge fund out of Puerto Rico, and they've been buying this, and it's been absolutely murdered. So maybe this is a bottom trade. So I said I'm not focusing on it, but I'll buy some options for January 17. Maybe money rotates here, So, but again, those aren't really time trades. So I just do options on something that and out to January 17th, which is a month from now, means it's a concept play. If all of a sudden I'm in stock and options, I'm like, hey, then the concept turned into a better trade. Anyway, Bitcoin, Bitcoin's been absolutely fantastic. Bitcoin's awesome. I've been at October 11th. They came out with the turkey trot, and then the Thanksgiving $100,000 dash, and for some reason TrendSpy is not working. But I keep buying the dips in the IBIT. I keep trying to play Mister in a way that I'm comfortable, and I do think that this is doing just fine. After the move from the October 11th turkey trot, you can look on my feed. I've been long this since here, and you had to sell into strength at 104,000, and now it's still trending nicely, holding. I will buy more IBIT today. It's down a little bit, right? IBIT, I think it's down 40 cents. It's down 58 cents. You should probably buy a little bit more of it. At some point, it takes out this 59.16. It's just a matter of when. And just a matter of what you can handle with your size. So I would stay with it. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm a little rambling. Last night was a Christmas party, holiday party, T3. I've been I'm the old, I think Sean's 25 years. Holy cow. I'm 52 years old. I've been training since 1998, and I feel pretty good. Besides my dog dying, and which is still, I feel like a little bit like a wounded animal. It's hard to talk. I tear up like a little, like a little baby. But CXA I might be done. It's, those things are hard. I feel like dogs are a family's best friend, and I treated my dog as if it was a kid, and I did everything. So there's a void. Even today, I was in the ice barrel. I go outside. I used to leave the sliding door open and go, and I'd get in the barrel, and I'd, close my eyes and I open them, and then she's there like walking around and like humoring me, and she's not there now. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Thanks.